Hi, folks. Lots of people wonder if they can just buy a battery powered space heater for emergency prep against winter blackouts or off grid use. Let me be honest with you. I tried to minimize the clickbait in my title by asking the question and answering it directly. If you're looking for an effective space heater that runs off a battery, like a flashlight or radio does, you're not going to enjoy a lot of success. Of course, car heaters exist, but they run off the power generated by your car's engine, which constantly recharges the battery. So you're really talking about a gasoline powered battery, or in some newer cars, an EV powered battery. That's not the portable silent solution people asking this question are usually looking for. The 1,500 watt problem. What's the problem with battery powered space heaters for use during power outages? Space heaters need a lot of power. Average models consume 1,500 watts. If you plug a 1,500 watt heater into a charged external power station or car battery at home, you're going to enjoy less than an hour of warmth before you completely deplete it. If you're like me, you also need to conserve your power station during blackouts for other critical jobs like powering phone batteries, lights, and radios. These tasks don't consume nearly as much power, making them the practical application for that type of emergency electricity. Even if you have a whole home backup generator, you still probably need to conserve fuel. Remember, a 1,500 watt space heater consumes as much electricity as a washing machine, an appliance you probably won't be relying on much during an emergency. In the end, many people can't or shouldn't invest that much money into just in case prep. You won't find practical battery powered space heaters because the battery needed to get more than an hour or so of use would be huge and prohibitively expensive. If you search online, you'll probably see a lot of clickbait, but no real answers to the intent of your question. Affordable, sensible, and portable solutions. Do affordable, sensible, and portable solutions exist for emergency heating? Absolutely. I do have some suggestions that should keep you and your family safe and warm enough to keep from freezing. 1. The low power MVP, heated blankets. First, you really only need to warm people and animals, not every square inch of space in your home. This brings us to low consumption, battery powered blankets and clothing. Consider rechargeable warming blankets, which we sometimes call electric blankets. You can easily recharge these on your modest power station. As an example, Jackery, a company that makes power stations, posted that an average electric blanket consumes about 100 to 150 watts. Your 1,500 watt-hour power station can run that for many hours a day without being completely depleted. I'll link some examples in the description to help you visualize what I mean. These blankets often have various settings, so you can easily double the runtime by running them on low, which may only consume 50 watts. Your objective is to keep from freezing and remain relatively comfortable in warm clothing, not to work up a sweat. 2. The high power option, propane heaters. If you need to warm an entire room, you might consider an indoor rated propane heater like the popular Mr. Buddy models, also linked in the description. These typically don't need electricity or batteries at all because they're powered with propane, though some may have a battery powered circulating fan. I put indoor propane heaters lower down on my safety list because you must take adequate precautions. People have suffered because of carbon monoxide poisoning and oxygen depletion, and not everybody recognizes them as safe for indoor use, like the country of Canada or the state of California. If you plan to buy one, remember to also buy a carbon monoxide detector and a Class B fire extinguisher. Also, ensure adequate ventilation, even if you need to crack a window, and only use them with adult supervision. In other words, I'd start with warm clothes and a battery-powered warming blanket and save Mr. Buddy for truly urgent cold weather warming needs. 3. Your body heat solution, sleeping bags or Mylar sacks. Before you click that link in this video's description for the electric blanket, here's a free bonus tip that costs nothing if you already own one. Don't forget your sleeping bags. If you have a high-quality, low-temperature rated camping or backpacking sleeping bag, it is one of the safest and most effective ways to stay warm indoors during a blackout. They are designed to trap all of your body heat, and you can easily put them over your regular bedding. Even better, you can buy Mylar emergency bivy sacks, basically a heavy-duty space blanket shaped like a sleeping bag, for just a few bucks. They are tiny, weigh next to nothing, and are designed by NASA to reflect 90% of your body heat right back at you. Throw a Mylar bivy sack inside your regular sleeping bag, and you'll be almost too warm, all without using a single watt of electricity or a drop of fuel. It's a cheap, safe, and effective layer to add to your emergency prep. Again, I'll give you an example link in the description. A word on DIY solutions. What about all those DIY heating solutions? Using things like Crisco oil and a candle in a metal bucket or terracotta pots? I'm not a fan. Every time our city has lost power for an extended time, we hear a spate of awful disasters caused by open flames in homes. They also won't produce that much heat. And even though these solutions may be affordable, I'd rather invest my money on warm socks and a jacket or pay a little more for a battery powered blanket or warming blanket. If you'd like to try one of these DIY heaters, you'll still need the same safety measures: ventilation, a carbon monoxide detector, adult supervision, and a fire extinguisher. I'd offer the same caution for sterno stoves and other open flame devices. If I needed to rely on open flames, I'd rather rely on made for purpose camping stoves that are more stable. They're cheap and can work a little, but in my opinion, they're not as safe as some promoters claim they are. Some people think I'm a bit of a doomer, but even so, I like to avoid trouble, live as safely as possible, and refrain from giving unsafe advice. Do you have any suggestions for grid down or off grid warming? Please let us know what you think in the comments. If you'd like to see more prepping tips or just remain connected to our community, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. Your participation keeps me going. Meanwhile, take care of yourself out there.